G'day, Methodist Dave here, professional theologian and Bible teacher with our daily devotional for Thursday, April 2nd. We come to chapter 2. I encourage you to read the whole chapter, the first several chapters of the book of Proverbs. Most of their content extols the value of wisdom, the benefits of wisdom, the dangers of ignoring wisdom, the perils of foolishness. And this is a section here that extols the virtues of wisdom. Verses 7 and 8. He stores up effective counsel for the upright and is like a shield for those who live with integrity, to guard the paths of the righteous and to protect the way of the pious ones. So that God provides wisdom to serve as a shield for those who seek to use God's wisdom, who seek to live wisely. It's a shield that protects you. In the ancient world, there is no armor, personal body armor. Even during the days where people wore armor, very few people could afford that armor. Most people would fight in the clothing that they came to the battlefield in, which may or may not have been anything. But the one thing that you wanted to have was a shield. And that shield could be made, depending on where you live, could be made out of wicker, could be made out of wood, or including leather, or some form of metal, or some amount of metal, or things like that, or a combination of any number of ingredients. But that shield would be your protection from the two main dangers in battle, from arrows, which are things that would come at you generally. Arrows wouldn't specifically be aimed at you. They'd be aimed towards you. And wisdom is a shield for the things in this life that are not specifically targeted upon you. They're just problems that will be coming at you from who knows where. So a shield will protect you from that, and a shield will also protect you from the direct attack of an opponent. And wisdom will shield you from the direct attack of an opponent. And then if soldiers would stand shoulder to shoulder, they would take their shields and they would lock them together. They would overlap, and they would form what would be called a shield wall. And if you've ever watched the series Vikings, or any number of historical dramas like that, the shield wall is literally an impenetrable wall, and you couldn't get through it. During the invasion of the Normans in 1066, the English under King Harold had repelled a Viking invasion in the north of England. They repelled King Harold Hardrada, who was trying to take over England with his Viking army, and the English repelled the Vikings, sent them packing. They turned around and then, exhausted, fled down to Hastings and established a shield wall on the ridge. Now, the French, who had cavalry and knights on horses, not exactly what we would imagine them, but this was it was an unbeatable tactic in their own land, but they had never gone up against an English shield wall. And under King Harold of England, the English soldiers locked their shields and they formed a shield wall, and try as they might, the French could not break through. And they didn't achieve victory until they made it like they were retreating, and they induced the English to pursue them. And the English gave up their shield wall. Then the French turned around and with their cavalry were able to cut the English down. Had the British held that shield wall, instead of taking the bait, but if that wall had held, well, I just don't know what the world would look like today. The Normans would not have established dominance in England. There was a huge French influence in England. The kings, Plantagenets, were all French, born in France, that ruled England for its first several hundred years. And what would England be like? What would the world be like today had that wall not broken? We have wisdom that will protect us, but when we align ourselves with other wise people, we can form a wall too that will protect us, protect our culture, protect our country, protect our values. But we need to stand together. If you've got a question about this or any other subject, drop me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer your question. So no one's ever come up with a question to stump me yet. So maybe you have one. Let's hear what you have to say. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, be good to each other.